Once upon a time, in a small village nestled in the heart of a dense forest, there lived a young girl named Emily. She was a kind and gentle soul, with a love for the forest and all its inhabitants. But one day, her life was forever changed when she was attacked by her own ghost. It all began one evening when Emily decided to take a walk in the forest. She had always found solace in the tranquility of the woods, and she often spent her evenings wandering among the trees. But as she made her way deeper into the forest, she began to feel a sense of unease. The birds had stopped singing, and the animals had gone quiet. It was as if the forest itself was holding its breath. Suddenly, Emily heard a rustling in the bushes behind her. She turned around, but there was nothing there. Shaking off the feeling, she continued on her walk. But the rustling grew louder, and she could hear the sound of footsteps following her. She turned to run, but her feet felt heavy and she couldn't move. She was trapped, and she could feel something closing in on her. When she turned around, she saw a ghostly figure emerging from the shadows. It was her own ghost. Her translucent form twisted and distorted with rage. Emily couldn't believe what she was seeing. Her own ghost had come to attack her. The ghost lunged at Emily, and she could feel its icy fingers wrap around her throat. She was paralyzed with fear, unable to move or even scream for help. The ghost began to speak, its voice cold and menacing. "You've betrayed me," it hissed. "You've left me alone in this forest, and now I will make you pay." Emily couldn't understand what her ghost was talking about. She had never betrayed anyone, and she had always loved the forest. But the ghost was relentless, and it began to squeeze tighter and tighter. Emily could feel herself slipping away, and she knew she was going to die. Just as she was about to lose consciousness, she heard a voice calling out to her. It was her grandmother, who had been searching for her when she didn't return home. The ghost's grip loosened, and Emily was able to break free. She ran to her grandmother, her heart pounding in her chest. When Emily told her grandmother about her encounter with her own ghost, her grandmother was shocked. She explained that the ghost was not her own, but that of her great-grandmother who had been brutally murdered in the forest many years ago. Her great-grandmother had been betrayed by her own family and left alone to die in the forest. Her spirit had been wandering the woods, seeking revenge on anyone who dared to enter her territory. Emily couldn't believe what she was hearing. She had always felt a connection to the forest and its inhabitants, but she had never imagined that she would be haunted by a ghost. Her grandmother advised her that she had to perform some rituals and apologize to her great-grandmother's spirit and seek her forgiveness. From that day on, Emily never ventured into the forest again. She couldn't shake the memory of her encounter with her great-grandmother's ghost and the feeling that she was being watched. But she also knew that she had to make amends and seek forgiveness. She performed the rituals and apologized to the spirit of her great-grandmother. And from that day on, she felt that the spirit had forgiven her and left her alone. Emily's experience taught her the importance of family, love, and forgiveness. And it also made her realize that even in death, the spirits of our loved